raves are popping up beneath San Diego freeways.
All right, joining us in studio, Sergeant Brian Pennings from the CHP to talk about this. We love talking about all things on the road. This is not a topic I don't think I ever thought we would
think about talking
about. What are these raves? Where's it happening?
Well, what's happening is these party goers are finding these secluded places, industrial parks and whatnot, underneath freeway overcrossings and remote locations, and they're putting up these impromptu gatherings. Because they're extremely dangerous for several reasons. Oftentimes they're done in construction zones or riverbeds or whatnot. They're not meant for pedestrian travel, and they're unsafe. It's dark. You have flashing lights as part of the rave parties. You have the flashing lights and the loud music, and a lot of times there's alcohol served and some possibly illegal drug use. So it can be a very dangerous situation. We had one here locally underneath 805 where they had literally full access up a path to the center divide of the freeway between the two sides of the freeway. Extremely dangerous situation, especially for people who might be intoxicated.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the dangers to people who are on the roadways as well. I mean, these kinds of things popping up are a danger for the public.
Well, it is. Not only are we dealing with the pedestrians potentially near the roadway that possibly are under the influence, but they're leaving from these locations possibly under the influence as well. So we always do the whole designated driver thing, and always, if you're going to consume alcohol or drugs, make sure that you always have a designated driver. But it's an extremely dangerous situation. But these parties are illegal. They're trespassing. There's vandalism. There is littering, and possibly underage drinking, illegal drug use. So we're aware when these things happen, and we'll take the appropriate enforcement action, including working with the district attorney to find out what charges will be applicable.
So we say that it's happening more. Like, do you have any numbers? Like, is this happening like every week? There's like all these things that are popping up, and like how do they spread the word on these
We had
things?
3 major ones that occurred here in San Diego this last summer, over the last couple of months. This has been a thing. I've been on nearly 30 years. This has been a thing that we've dealt with over the course of my career, but we've had 3 recent ones in the last couple of months.
Let's talk about their glow sticks that they usually have, and they also have all kinds of like little
glow sticks and pacifiers are common for people who use ecstasy. Ecstasy throws every sensation you have on steroids, so you start to hear colors and see sounds. And the glow sticks and the pacifiers are commonly used for that type of drug because it causes what they call bruxism, which is the involuntary grinding of your teeth. So that's why they have the pacifiers, and a lot of times they have the LED lights because it sets off the sensation of the sights. So that's why you see those types of parties.
How many people are at these raves, and is this your jurisdiction, CHP?
Well, it depends exactly on the location. We work with our allied agencies, whether it be the sheriff or the PD. If it's on state property, it's going to be our primary responsibility. If it's not on state property, it's going to be either the county or the city. We work with our allied agencies to address these issues. But Andrew, it could be hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds to thousands of people who, I think the largest one I've personally seen was about 2,500 people.
Wow.
And fines very quickly?
Oh yeah, it can range anywhere from a citation to an in-custody arrest, depending on the severity of the violation.
Anytime anybody's gone up onto the freeways, have there been traffic issues?
Yes, and that's an extremely dangerous situation, which is why we're very proactive to try to prevent these from happening.
Right. Good thing to be aware of, certainly. Sergeant Pennings,
Yes.
Thank you for the insight. Again, not a topic we
Not
necessarily
something to think
expected in the
about.
rules of the road, but it's a good one to talk about and let everybody know about. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Brian, thank you.